When we reach the top of the tower, time to battle the Great Wing. Like many of the bosses, we're going to be working our way to the left side of the wall and walking in that diagonal direction to get our shots off. Great Wing can do a lot of damage still with all the armor we have with his fireballs. This is one of the many reasons why we didn't take him out early on in the game when we first got here. However, with our extra firepower, he goes down rather easily this time around. So we now burn that bell. That's the 6th bell that we've now collected. So we have only one more bell to get, which is located in Beat Plant's tower, which we've already been to earlier on, but now it's time to go up to the tower and take him out. Making our way up the towers at this point is pretty much like second nature. You've pretty much seen all the enemy types that you can possibly fight throughout the game, so it's really just knowing how to get around them or taking them out. When we reach the top, it's time to battle Beat Plant. Just like some of the previous ones, I'm going to walk over to the left and walk diagonally to get a good shot on firing at him, since his fireballs can still do a lot of damage, and this ends up being still a pretty safe place to hang out overall. Once he explodes, we grab the final bell, and it's time to teleport back outside one last time and burn that bell in the sacred flame. Okay, now all the 7 bells have been destroyed, so all that's left is Rubas himself. Before we can get to him though, he actually is located at the very beginning of the game. To get back there easily, we're going to stop by inside the shopping area again and buy one more item. So I will need to collect just a tiny bit of money here in order to buy that item real quick. Go down here, and once you have 90 Lyra, buy the green scroll. Now you may ask why we didn't buy it earlier. You're not able actually to buy it until you've defeated 5 of the towers. Once you have the green scroll, use it and it takes you back to the beginning of the game. Walk over to the right and enter the second door to get inside the final tower area of the game. This is Rubas' lair. You want to make sure that you keep just about as much health as possible, if not full health, while working your way up this tower so that you have enough of it to defeat Rubas himself. Thankfully though, for this tower, it has only an outside area. You don't actually have an inside tower to climb up as well. Grab the final sword and be sure to equip it, and now it's time to battle Rubas himself. He starts off in kind of the centipede type form. Firing at its body will quickly destroy it. Second up is these 2 floating heads that will fly around. Stand in about the middle of the screen, and then just stand there as each head floats over top of you. Fire at it when it gets around you. You don't really have to make any movement. The final form can do a lot of damage, but I like to head over to the right corner, then stand next to him and keep mashing the fire button as fast as possible. He won't be able to do any damage to you, and you'll be able to keep laying hits on him until he's destroyed. Once he's done, you can enjoy the ending, the Deadly Towers. While Deadly Towers is considered a pretty bad game for the NES, at least it actually, unlike many other bad games on the NES, gives you a decent ending, explaining what happens after the game's been completed. While I feel that Deadly Towers really isn't too bad once you know how to play it, when you're first picking up the game and walk on the first couple screens and certain enemies are taking a ton of shots to take out, as well as you realize that you can only fire one sword at a time, those types of things become frustrating and makes you not want to play the game. However, once you get later on and you get some of the upgrades, the game actually can be a little bit enjoyable to play. And it really was a very early NES title from Irem, so they went on to create some pretty decent games, so overall I really can't fault them too much for the creation of this one. So we have our final screen of "You are victorious, this story is over, and see you next time." So even the ending screen, we don't have any really bad or terrible English to go along with it, so I can at least say that the ending of Deadly Towers is halfway decent. And with that, that's going to wrap up this edition of Play It Through. I'd like to thank you for watching, and of course, I hope you enjoyed.